to see if it works.
You also need a screen share.
Oh, right. I was like, what are you doing? Oh, am I that loud? Holy shit. Oh, am I that loud? Holy shit. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I'm that loud. Sorry. Oh, am I that loud?
Am I loud?
No, I don't think you're loud. Wait, sorry. Let me background noise. And then why is there so much background noise from me? Is it because I have
Chalkey has ever started a stream like properly?
Whoever says starting streams properly is like so last year. Oh, it's because I'm talking through a compressor. Fuck it. Let's just not do that. Let me just destroy that right now. Here we go. I think this will probably be better. Testing 5 6 7. Testing 10 11 12. Question mark ping. 6 7. Testing 10 11 12.
Question mark ping.
Question mark ping. 6 7. Testing. Do I need to turn you up?
Do you need to turn me up? I can turn myself up.
I think you should turn yourself up a little bit.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Testing.
Nice. Testing. Oh, I almost showed. Good thing we're on chat screen because I almost did a poopy. Remember to not put stuff on your main screen, guys. Hee Haha. Anyway, this is working, right? This is working.
I think it's working.
Yeah, I think it's working. Yeah, everything looks good. Everything looks good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do our greetings.
We have greetings? Just kidding. Yes.
Okay. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another and the final breakdown stream.
The final breakdown stream.
World in stop motion. World in stop motion era is coming to an end.
Yeah, we're stopping the motion.
We were already stopped the motion.
What? We.
Anyway, I am Rock, the pink hair guy's key.
That is
and
me.
Together, we are Chalkey. We are continuing the motion exactly. See, Boom gets it.
True. We are continuing. What was that sound? Did you hear that? Bump. Did you hear that? We.
What?
Okay. Wait. Okay. I need to switch to. I'm gonna immediately transition to the to the playlist just so I can show you what happened. Am I screen sharing? I'm not screen sharing.
Okay. Please show me.
Sorry. So, yeah. Where is that coming from? Major third. Yeah. So I was wondering why there was like a weird dun, and it turns out it's coming from this pattern.
What?
So,
Oh, I can't hear it.
oh, why? Why can't you hear it?
Why can't I? Oh.
Oh, that's probably because it was on full volume. Yeah, but it's, I don't know why these things popped up, but I promise that's not in the actual track. Please don't look for it. Please don't go looking for it. It's not. I promise. Hell.
Oh yeah, and also today I forgot to say. Today we are breaking down our final track, Re::. Don't forget the colon.
Don't forget the colon.
Is very important.
If you forget the colon, it completely defeats the purpose of the entire song.
Well, anyway.
Anyway.
And since it's also the last stream we're doing for the album, we're also gonna talk a little bit about like how we put together the whole album as a whole.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna.
We didn't actually talk about what we were gonna do today.
Yeah, well, I mean, we usually don't, do we?
We
Yeah.
usually talk about it for like 5 minutes before stream.
Yeah, but then I was rushing home. I'm sorry. There was this I did a oopsie poo. I promised I would hang out with someone today, and then I looked at the time and I was like, "Oh, fuck." So I had to like go drop them off, and then like I zoomed home legally zoomed home. And here we are. Yeah, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't we say hello to some of the people that are in chat? Oh my god.
Yeah, we should say hello.
Hi. Hi, Gargoyle. Hello, Blue. Oh my god. Hi, Cobalt. Cube Droid. The worst take. Oh my gosh. Me when I record. For real, for real. Lantic. What's up, my guys? Suji. Hello. I feel musically incomplete without Chalkey's music. Oh my god. Suji. The
Oh my gosh.
Suji's one of the art core gods.
Ah.
Yes. So
Hello, Cobalt. Hello, IU.
are you hi.
Hello.
Hello. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. You know, it's so funny how Re is pretty popular amongst like a lot of people, huh? Especially,
Yeah. We were talking about this the other day, how
we were.
cynical is supposed to be sort of like the most, I guess, palatable to a wider audience.
Mm-hmm.
And then Purple Sunset is sort of like the artist's favorite because it goes burr.
Mm-hmm.
But Re, I think, is also like a fan favorite.
Yeah, it's really interesting, especially like Atlantic with its giving Naruto vibes. Okay. 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 But that and That's So Crazy. I feel like That's So Crazy is more popular on YouTube and then Re's more popular on Spotify. It's very interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was the breakdown. I don't particularly remember actually.
Oh, I think, yeah, so Re is the most playlisted
Mm-hmm.
out of our songs on Spotify, which is very fun.
Yeah, which is wild. You guys are playlisting our songs. That's actually really wild to think about. Like, I don't really think about this very often where it's just like I'm putting someone's song into a playlist, but it means so much when it's like,
It
wow.
honestly does.
Yeah. We see what songs you put in the playlist and we see what playlist the songs go into. Just to let you know. So be careful what you name your playlists. Just putting that out there.
Well, anyway, should
Yeah.
we talk about the song then?
Yes, absolutely. I totally have the lyrics pulled up somewhere. Where'd they
Oh,
go?
no.
Where they nope, they won't. Oh, well, this is interesting. You can try as you might, but this permanent marker won't wash away with liquor despite best effort. It's too late to try. You've lost this chance at life. You fucked it up, smart guy, as you come crying. Was this one of the original drafts?
Was this one of your attempts?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait, then what did this sound like?
I don't know. I can't even recall this. I'm not even trying to avoid it. I'm just
Oh my god.
I'm just trying to. You fucked it up, smart guy.
It's actually really funny. I think we might mention this a few times, but Re is the most cursed song on the album.
It really is.
Maybe it's because we named it Re.
Yeah.
But it's the song that we've had to restart the most amount of times.
Yes. Yes.
Like in all aspects.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just everything that could have gone wrong, I think, went wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When
Like
making Re.
you rewrote the top line like 2 or 3 times, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and I redid the entire song like about maybe 3 or 4 mixing. I think this had the most revisions.
I think also,
mixing.
didn't it crash at some point?
It kept crashing. No, this song constantly crashes. Like it I don't know. Maybe it's because what's crazy is that this isn't even that crazy of a song. Like it's not as beefy as Purple Sunset, like to be honest. I don't know why, but yeah, IU rendering the video crashed so many times. IU had to restart this video at least twice from like scratch.
No, yeah, this song is cursed, guys. Like there's something Something about it makes it want to restart.
Yeah, it makes me want to restart. I think it's because the song asks itself, "Are you ready to love?" And it just thinks, "You know what? Maybe I'm not ready," and then it just
Yeah.
crashes.
Really said you gotta redo it. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
no.
we really dug ourselves a hole calling in that, but I think where we ended up it was worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do agree. It was worth it. This song actually, I don't know if I'm able to see the original project file when I started this.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, this song was started March 12th, 2022.
that's wild.
Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's
Right.
I never
Actually,
thought.
speaking of
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you started doing this track like way before Chalky
Yes.
was a thing.
Yes. Re and That's So Crazy are two songs that were conceptualized before Chalky.
Mm-hmm.
And they just fit with the aesthetic of Chalky so well. So we decided might as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah. You
um
want to talk about
mhm.
how you put the track together?
Oh yes, yes, yes. So this track had this was during I had a certain phase. Specifically, there's this one song by Stargaze Shelter, I think they're called,
Mm-hmm.
Emulation.
Ooh.
And it's a really really cool song. It's like a combination of J rock, J pop with J rock, and like electronic. And at the time, that was
Mm.
like, whoa, this is the sound I want to do. Like, this is what I want to do. So that's how I came up with like this concept. Stargate Shelter, yeah, Cobalt, yeah, 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 Stargate Shelter, yeah. The Emulation. That was the song that inspired Re as a concept.
Right.
In terms of like the progression and even the key change at the end was really like directly inspired by them. But this track was one of the first tracks to really put me outside of making just EDM really and
Mm-hmm.
venturing more, putting more effort into drums and like listening to music more, if that makes sense, which is kind of funny because I don't
Mm.
really like listen to a lot of music now. Like I go through phases where it's like I make music to a certain point, then I feel like discouraged of the style, then I stop making music for a little bit, and then I listen to a bunch of songs, and then I start making music again. So this was
Mm-hmm.
kind
Mm-hmm.
of the uptake of that.
The creation cycle.
Yeah, yeah. So, for you nerds out there, like with all Chalky songs, I feel like the crux of the song is pretty simple. I always start with chords because I feel like the chords are like the foundation
Mm-hmm.
of like the signature sound of a song. So, what I started off with was this right here, this pad. Yeah. So for you nerds out there,
Iconic, dare I say.
a very iconic, very iconic. That beginning, like dun 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 dun, kind of. I was drawing on, you know, in like East Asian schools, they have the bells like dun dun dun
Oh, is
dun
that what it
dun
is?
dun dun dun. I wanted that kind of bell feeling.
Oh.
Yeah, that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I didn't like copy it one to one.
No. That's wild. I didn't. No, I totally hear it, but it's not like an obvious thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's this entire fuck. This was also like inspired by like another song that I don't really remember what exactly it was from, but it was something like people were in like a Jeep or some top-down car driving through a tunnel in like the middle of the night. That kind of
Mm-hmm.
vibe. And so I wanted
Mm-hmm.
something where it felt kind of like trippy almost. Like I
Mm.
Yes. So like just something where it's like, wow, blurry lights, really fast speed, but also like you're
Uh-huh,
thinking
uh-huh.
really slow at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, at the crux of the root note progression, we go from the 4 to the 5 and to the 3. And then the reason why I don't resolve this, right, is because I want to go
Mm-hmm.
back immediately to the 4, which is like the cornerstone of the song.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to sell this kind of like, oh, you're kind of wandering. you're not really stationary.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
You're like moving constantly, and that's what this progression is. It's like it feels unstable because it doesn't really
Right,
resolve
yeah.
itself until the very end at this, because it's 4 5 6 at the very end. So it's like 4 5 3, and then connects 4 5 6, which these chords are probably one of the prettiest chords I've ever created.
I
It
love these chords.
Thank you. Oh my god,
It's just
it's
a vibe.
right. It really fits that vibe, and it just feels like that like night driving,
Mhm.
feeling sad kind of vibe.
Stop motion chords, bam. Yes.
Yes, stop motion
Stop
chords, bam.
motion chords.
Yes. Um, but as you can see with like the colors, right? I have the root notes. They
Mhm.
are outlined in yellow, and then the blue parts are really where the chords are actually happening. I
Mhm.
know that doesn't make sense really because the chords are happening, period. But it's him. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 There's a lot of tension in these chords, and you can see by like how closely packed together they are, and that was done on purpose because not only do I just naturally like the sound of having some sort of like harmonic dissonance, but
Mhm.
also it's just nice. It follows that vibe of being like, oh, unsure, and really like, where do I go from here?
That's actually wild because when we look at the lyrics later, it's
Hmm.
sort of the same feeling.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you picked up on that really, really well. Like, I didn't really even tell you what to do
We've
necessarily.
established at this point that we never communicate.
We don't. We really don't. We don't
We d
communicate at all.
we don't talk to each other about anything, like,
Yeah.
creative-wise. We just throw things at each other and it's like, "Oh, yeah, that works."
Yeah, exactly. It's so fun. I think that's what's so fun about working on Chalky with you is just like
Mhm.
I do thing and I give to you. You do thing. I hear thing. I'm like, that's really good, and then we just keep on going until
Yeah,
it's finished.
yeah.
And what I really wanted to sell on this chord progression was like kind of that sense of landing somewhere on that final chord on this 6 chord here,
Mhm.
but still being open ended so that you just land right back into the 4 chord again. At least that's how
Right,
like
yeah.
my like thought process going into it, because I feel like
Mhm,
with music and chords and stuff like that, like it's really open interpretation. I think
mhm.
I question myself a lot, but anyway. Yeah.
I mean, it's like you have one set of thoughts that you're having when you're creating it, and then once it's out there, it's sort of just up to interpretation.
Yeah, it really is. A big part of this song as well is because this song was actually originally going to be just pure instrumental,
Mhm.
but after listening to it to so many times, I feel like it needed something. It needed a top line essentially. Um, eventually I brought it to Lori and be like, hey, help me, please. I am begging you.
Um,
Yeah. But a big part are the drums. The drums are a big part of the song. So
I
the
love the
patterns, the
drums.
drums, yeah, the
The
patterns
drums are
are
so
kind of
pretty.
just flashy.
Mm.
Yeah. Like this pattern just kind of repeats.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that just kind of goes throughout. But I think where it really starts to get spicy are the fills.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I came up with that. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to do that again. But hey, yeah. Um,
It'll happen, it'll happen.
True. Maybe. That and
Alright.
the guitars. It's really funny because with the guitars,
Mhm.
I think some people maybe might have thought like, whoa, like did Andrew record the guitars for this as well? Unfortunately, not. I did actually. I was planning on getting someone to record the guitars for this, but I decided that well, I didn't really. I I didn't really like plan this with the idea of like having someone play it, so it feels very awkward, I think, to play.
Mhm.
If anyone wants to try, I go off. But
We have it. The first chalky challenge.
the first Chalky challenge, if anyone
You
wants
can
to,
play the guitar in
yeah,
free.
it's I don't know, it's kind of wild. Let me turn
Oh
off the
yeah,
effects.
that's. I don't play guitar, but that's.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Actually, maybe this is more possible than I thought. Maybe I should have asked Andrew to play it. Because I think at the, because you just have the bass notes that go dun 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 dun, and then you're just playing like an arpeggio up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, so I guess maybe this is more playable than I thought. Never mind. Go ahead, try it.
The chalky challenge.
Chalky challenge, one of the chalky challenges. If you do it, we will give you a pat on the back. I'm sorry we don't have much to give at the moment. But pat on the
Made it
back.
sound so sad.
Yeah.
Pat on the back
Yeah.
from Chalky.
But another big part of the song. Am I gonna introduce all of these as like, oh yeah, this is a big part of the song? Probably. The bass. I spent a lot of time on the bass.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like.
Ooh.
I know, right?
I like that.
Yeah, the bass took me quite a bit of time, honestly. I don't know what came over me. But yeah. That's yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh my
Very
god.
nice.
Salud desde Peru. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Hello from, I'm assuming that means hello from Peru. Hi. Hi, Peru.
I'm not gonna.
Yes, go ahead. What? Sorry.
Welcome to Chalky stream.
Welcome to Chalky
Oh
stream.
no, I can't Spanish.
I thought Peru spoke Peruvian.
Wait. No, don't most of them speak Spanish?
I don't know actually. I always thought it was some dialect of. Is that not why the word Peruvian exists? I'm so
Isn't
sorry.
that just Peru are called Peruvians?
Yeah, that is right. Chalky gets canceled for not knowing
people
languages.
In Peru. Spanish. 84% of Peruvians speak Spanish.
Oh,
The official national language.
oopsies. All right, let's cut that. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Yeah. What else is there that's unique? Because like honestly, when you break down Reeb, it loops essentially, and I think it loops pretty seamlessly, and I think it's pretty hard. Huh?
There's the key change.
There is the key. Oh, the key change. The key change was almost a tempo change as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So originally, you see this like big tempo area here. There used to be a tempo change as well. Like it was going. I think originally it went from 140 to 120 or 112, something like that. It was a pretty drastic change, and after talking it over with a lot of people, I took the tempo change out because one thing because I think I specifically talked to Zal about it, and one thing that he really like imparted to me was like when you're making decisions like compositionally in like a track or something, like it really helps, of course, to be like deliberate. And this is something that Junebug also helped me out with too.
Mhm.
This kind of concept of like, okay, if you're gonna do something, make sure you have at least like a justification or like some kind of like, don't just do it just for the sake of doing it. Like you want to make sure that you have
Yeah,
some
yeah.
sort of justification.
Sure, it's like purposeful.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So I kept the key change and went out with the tempo change because the tempo change was it was gonna be a little too much, and slowing down
Mhm.
the entire song was just not very like it just
Yeah.
disrupted the flow.
Mhm.
Yeah, could you talk a
That
little
makes
bit
sense.
about the piano during keys part of the song? Ah, sure. I was just about to get to that. Thank you, Bloom. The piano is so the
Oh,
piano was actually taken from one of the original Ree's original revisions. And this was kind of like a core part of the song. Like this would have been in like the first verse instead of like my little rap section there. So
ah,
yeah, as you can see, these different colors represent different parts, and this is kind of like how I composed. You don't see it as much now because I only recently found out that you can change the MIDI channel in Keyscape to any. Huh.
huh.
Yeah, so because what these colors represent are like different MIDI channels, and FL Studio colors them like a little bit differently.
Mhm.
For me, I use them to represent so I can see different sections that I compose a little bit more clearly. So I just don't get lost in the sauce because like if it all just
Mhm.
looked like this, like
Right.
I don't know what.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, so but I'll go ahead and play it. Oh, whoopsies.
Oh, drums.
Oh, why is it not? Uh,
Oh,
okay. So this was made during when I was using like a different piano. So I keep forgetting I have to reload this Keyscape piano every single time. Because at the time I was using a different piano. No, we've upgraded.
nice. Ah, now we've upgraded.
Yeah, let me change this to
Fancy new
any
piano.
new piano. There we go. Here we go. Here it is.
Twinkly piano go burr.
Heck yeah. Hell yeah. As you can see, this isn't really possible with two hands. This is definitely this is
Oh wait,
made.
never would have guessed.
Yeah, well, I mean maybe actually because you do have certain parts like you could theoretically you could play this, hold the pedal, play that, play this, hold the pedal, do this.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, maybe you could. And oh, thank you, Bloom. Yeah, this piano, it's, I mean, it just follows like the same line of thinking from like before, except I really wanted to make it flashy. Like, I just wanted to indulge myself, really.
It is the best form of indulgence.
Yeah, it's the different I copied and pasted. I'm not even gonna lie. I copied and pasted different sections. Like the bass made its way here as well as like the chords from the pads
Mhm.
and the synth in the beginning as well. And then the blue notes are like other things that I've added on here. Like maybe they were recorded or maybe they were just like typed in. I think they were typed in because I don't think I would have been able to play this at the time. I don't think I would have been able to play this right now either. um, but my favorite parts are here.
This part reminds me of
Yeah,
like old emo songs.
old demo songs.
Yeah, it's just like I was thinking to myself like, oh my god, that would be such a pain to play with my thumbs.
And that would be yeah. I mean, but when you look at it, it kind of looks like it too because you have the two parts
Mhm.
that are like kind of going
Yeah,
closer to each other. Like they
yeah.
grow closer and they
I can
separate.
literally imagine the chart.
Yeah, you know what's crazy though? VK, you know VK Kuh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of VK Kuh songs.
Me too,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely have that,
Mhm.
inspiration in me.
That
It's
makes sense.
love that guy. I love that guy. Um and that's kind of that really unique section. The rest of it just kind of like it's just relatively simple, mainly because I really wanted the top line to fill in the blanks. So this song also helped me learn a lot about just like leaving space for vocals for the artists that I wanted to feature to like really do their own stuff there.
Yeah. I will say though, this song is so hard to top line.
I know. Can't wait to get into the top line. Let me pull up the lyrics.
Wings of Piano? Yeah.
Wings of Piano is one of my favorite songs. Yeah.
Yes. That song was also so hard to play.
I fucking dominated that chart. Like that was one of my favorite charts to play. Here we go. Oh my god, this is lagging. This part right here, this was actually kind of funky because VK Ke made that. Yeah, VK Ke, not me. I didn't make that. Wings of Piano. Yeah, VK Ke. This part was kind of funky because if you notice, it's like it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 bar drum, four bar fill, and then with 2 added bars, so it's like a 6 bar fill, and it's really weird, but it works kind of like. Yeah, I don't know how I got that to work. It's almost like a trash can. I don't know, because to be honest, yeah, I don't. Oh no, it's not
like a trash can. Key.
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah. Because you know what? Yeah, trash can endings like the end of Live in Life, for example. That's a trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that an actual term, or do people just call it that?
I think that's an actual term, maybe. Yeah. This isn't a trash can ending, but this is what I did here was actually. Oh, I see what I did here. Okay, I'm starting to remember now. So this is a regular 4 bar fill, and then I cut out 2 bars of the beginning of the next section. And then I did the key change there. So like the key change just hits you like smack on the face.
Right.
And the drums just feel like kind of sporadic, but it's like it's almost like it's borrowing time from the verse ahead of itself.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's how I made this work, because I don't know how I thought of that, to be honest. I think I must have heard some song do it, and then I was just like, that's pretty spicy. Let me do that. Yeah.
Oh, the pause.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of just pauses. Like, I don't know if you can see, like here as well, like toward the end.
I love pauses. Yeah, pausing.
Yeah, pausing. Oh my god, these fills. Like, wow, what did I do? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. This is yes. This is so funny because this is before. No, I can't talk about it. I took on a commission where I needed to remake a song, and that song had a lot of like crazy drum fills, and this is before me doing that. So I'm just sitting here like, wow, what was I smoking, to be honest? Like, holy shit. But yeah, I think that's really all of. Wait a second.
Oh,
do you see this?
What have you remembered?
One Solaria just in the bottom. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait,
okay.
Is this
maybe. Wait, let's see. Why is nothing? Okay, why is nothing happening?
Why is nothing happening?
What? 9. What?
What?
Why is she not
doing... No, Solaria, we want to hear you.
Why is she not making noise?
Please, I'm begging, Solaria, please. We want to hear this.
I'm trying to figure out why Solaria is not making any noise.
Manifesting.
No, nothing's being played right now, right? Yeah, that's so weird. Why is nothing being played? One Solaria without wave. Why is that? No.
No.
I think it doesn't exist anymore. But if it doesn't exist, it wouldn't like pop up. Yeah, no, it's not playing anything. That's so sad. This is a lost bit. Okay, maybe, but there is this melody. Okay.
Ooh.
This is weird.
Is this like...
This would have been a guide, yeah.
Oh.
For Solaria, yeah.
Wait, so if you pull up the lyrics from earlier, does it match up?
No.
Ooh.
No, it doesn't match up. Yeah, that's not gonna.
I like that.
Hmm. Interesting. I don't know what I was thinking, but wow, yeah. Look, that's a little piece of chalky lore, right?
Chalky lore, chalky history. That's wild.
Right.
I can't believe you found that.
I just looked down and I was like, wait, what's that? There's a lot of stuff. Oh man, I should have explored that with the other songs too. Like, there's a lot of unused patterns and stuff like that. Like maybe this one. No. No. Okay, maybe there isn't. Maybe there isn't any Easter eggs or goodies. Actually, I was looking through them.
We found the Solaria and the melody.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Something.
That is something. That is indeed something. But now let's open up the mix. This is gonna take a little bit. I'm very sorry. As per usual, because I'm so organized.
Yes.
This is gonna take me a little bit. Give me like a moment. So this is really funny. Instead of it being in the chalky folder, this is in the collabs folder under loading.
Oh yeah, because it was originally... This is the first song that technically, if we're talking about date, that me and Kagura like started working on.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I remember, and what's funnier is the original like snippet that I sent to Kagura at the beginning. I don't think that exists in the actual song anymore.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
No. Yeah. Eventually, when I made like the first like full draft, the only thing that I kept was everything after the key change, I think.
Really? And then...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I know the world is full of powers too big to realize. Yeah, I
that's
love
the
those
only
lines.
part. That's the only part I kept, and then everything before that, I was just like, okay, let's rethink this.
Rethink?
Rethink? Oh my god!
Is this the next? That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Oh, rethink?
Rethink?
Redo?
Restart?
Rewrite?
Rewrite? Oh my god! This is why the song is cursed.
This is sorry. This really okay. Let me just make these a little bit more palatable. Yeah. So the reason why. So as you can see, I'm a troglodyte, right? I don't like... What? So you see all these cuts, these like little crossfades and stuff. I don't like I don't like timing in Melodyne. So I time in my DAW. And then I import that into Melodyne. And then I Melodyne. Yeah, it's a lot of layers. Like I also like I color them because I thought that was like really cute because I like colors, right? And look at all these colors. Yeah.
Wow.
See? There are quite a bit of layers. My little section here that I cringe to this day.
What do you mean?
Okay, the way Lorian got me to rap in that section, it's literally just like, Lorian, you're like, you are making you sing on this. You're going to sing on this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I guess I'll sing on it. Yeah, I was
Okay, so I
forced.
did have a technical, like artistic reason
Mm-hmm.
for wanting you to sing on this. One is because when I was doing the song, I kind of envisioned it as sort of like a pseudo sort of like rap plus like hook kind of structure song.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, is usually more suitable if there's two people. And also, I think the contents of the song makes more sense if it's sung by both of us. The other, like,
Mm.
not so artistically inclined reason is because I was just tired of top lining. So I told Key to do it. I was top lining. I top lined the intro. I top lined the chorus. I got to the first verse, and I'm just like, I'm tired. I'll have Kagura do this.
And then I did it.
And then after he did that, I was just like, well, yeah, but since we're doing that, it would be kind of first it would be awkward if he only sang in that verse.
Yeah.
And second because I was sort of envisioning more of like a duet song in my head. So later on for the other parts, I kind of like scripted some more duetty stuff near
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
was pretty good. I mean, I really like that call and response that you did, like that you do toward the end.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, I really like. Okay, so I think this is one of the only songs that like kind of references the lore that we wrote out.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Part of the reason is because I think I was just so stuck on writing the song and
Mm-mm.
like or like how to thematically like structure or root the song, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so originally the first version of the song was called Recollection Simulation,
Yes,
I
yes,
think.
it was. Oh, yes, I remember. And you had like elements of like of like a movie or like a film in it.
Right. So it was supposed to be the story of that song was supposed to be like this person who had essentially like a form of memory loss and they had to basically take pictures or document things otherwise they'll forget them. And then the illness that I was referencing, oh, I can't forget what I don't remember what it's called anymore.
Is that the?
It's a mashup.
Yeah.
It's a mashup of one of the memory illnesses where you just literally can't remember how to say certain words. Um,
Retrograde amnesia? No.
no, it's the one where you can't recognize words, and then the other one is the one where you can see people's faces and you can recognize their faces, but you think they're different people.
Oh, wow.
But basically, it was sort of like this story of this person and they're trying to convince themselves that the world they're living in is not a simulation. I'm gonna search this up.
Yeah, yeah, you should definitely search that up.
You can't
Gestaltserfall?
recognize faces. So the illness where you can't recognize faces is prosopagnosia.
Why don't I
Facial. It's
remember this?
it's called face blindness or facial agnosia. Oh, and then the other. It's a so they're both like agnosia.
Uh-huh.
Um, they're both types of agnosia, and agnosia is a type of illness where you can't recognize things using your senses, where you can't literally you can see like a cup, but you can't recognize it as a cup. Um, I was on something else, but yeah, that was kind of like the story of the first draft of the song, and I tried to make it feel sort of like personal and like to get like the audience to sort of connect with it, but I couldn't get it really to that down to earth kind of level.
Right.
It was a bit too cerebral and there was too many words in it.
I kind of remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there were too many words in it. So then the second time round when I came back I was just like, okay, what if for the chorus I literally just stopped putting so many words in it? It,
Oh,
it's such a simple solution, but it eludes us at times.
it really is. Oh man, but that's the magic of like songwriting. And I think especially like, yeah, I think what's that called? When you get your eureka moments, like you really
Mhm.
output something
No,
amazing.
it was really one of those moments because I literally sat there, I was just like, how am I going to do this chorus? Um, I like the rhythms are really messing with me and I don't know how to do this. And I sat there,
Eh,
I'm just like, I'm just going to sing 3 words,
hell yeah.
4 words.
4 words. Yo, wait, one,
Are
two,
you
three,
ready
four,
for
five.
love? 5 words.
5 words. So wait, life, 6 words.
Oh, well, I mean,
Yeah.
end the phrase. Are you
Okay.
ready for love? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Lorian
Are
is
you ready
Shakespeare.
for love?
Yes, Lorian
And
is.
then I thought it'd be too much if I just kept repeating, "Are you ready for love?" So I
Mm,
changed it. Are you ready for life?
yes. And honestly, though, like it fits really well with the theme, and it being like
Mhm.
the closing song of the EP.
It does. It
Right?
does,
Are
yeah.
you ready for love? Are you ready for life? Aren't those questions that we just constantly ask ourselves while we're
Are you
continuously
ready
like
to
living?
Yeah, can you start to live just as you should?
Right?
So, yeah, so then once I kind of got out of being stuck in that, I thought
Mm-hmm.
about sort of Chalky lore and
Mm-hmm.
how so the basic rundown of Chalky lore is that Chalk and Key are in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're two characters who have basically regressed to their childhoods because of certain difficulties that they faced in life. If you want more kind of the only thing we've put out so far that actually references Chalky lore is our intro video,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of describes how the two characters got into a box. It's both metaphorical and literal. It's like, oh, they were kind of attacked by the outside world. They felt uncomfortable in their own skin, so they kind of like retracted their minds into this box.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally, I think we talk about this a lot amongst ourselves, how chalky are like in a box.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I think we do want to play more with the chalky lore in the future, but
We do.
we didn't get around to it for this album.
Yeah, yeah. It's because
Yeah.
like I think we just get not get, but like we when we make song, we make song, and then story come after. Hee hee.
Well, no, it's like because I think we kept our lore in mind, and it's like it was sort of like a guiding point to make sure that the album felt cohesive,
Oh
but it
yeah.
wasn't like a we need everyone to understand this kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so these two characters essentially they're trapped. They're both metaphorically trapped and physically trapped, and World in Stop Motion is also sort of a reference to how they break out of the stop motion.
Mm-hmm.
They're like stuck in the stop motion, so now they have to break out and then continue living their lives as like people in this
Yeah,
world.
in this
And
world.
it's the sentiment is sort of how we can get stuck, I think, in a certain mind space, and
Mm-hmm.
then I guess that's also the theme of like a world in stop motion in general. It's like you can get stuck in a particular place or time and
Mm-hmm.
you can't move on from it.
Mm-hmm.
So then Re is really the opening lines are sort of like, can you move on? Can you start over from whatever it is that is holding you back?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like that feeling of being trapped, which is why I found it really funny when you said the chords were like close together. Because they're
Yeah.
like literally talking about like the walls closing in and them being trapped.
You're right, right. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. We love that. We love to see that correlation.
Yeah, so it's about being trapped. Shadow. Oh my god. This line irks me so much because it's
Really?
not grammatically correct.
Mm-hmm.
Shadows of the world is burning.
Shadows.
Shadows is plural.
That's true. I mean, Shadows of the World, unless Shadows of the World is one entity.
Yeah.
One conglomerate entity.
I I don't know how I never got around to fixing that, and then before I knew it, the song was already mixed, and I was just
Wait,
like, ah.
I got you. Look, watch. Ta-da.
Shadows of the world is burning.
Done. Fixed.
Done. Fixed. Yeah, so the walls are closing in. the voice is calling out, and then the voice is sort of like music or whatever you want. It's up to interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
Shadows of the world is burning, memories of the past returning. It's like sort of the memories of the past is sort of like a callback to cynical,
Mm-hmm.
where it's again it's about the thing from the past that haunts you and if you can move on.
Yeah.
And then in the distance a voice is calling to start it all again. And I
Mm-hmm.
think this line is what really makes it the final track.
Yeah.
Because this is like, are you going to go through this whole thing? Are you just going to start from the beginning again? Or are you going to move on?
Yeah.
Are you going to stay in your world of stop motion? Or are you going to break through and
Yes.
continue?
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, I think the rest of the song is pretty self-explanatory. Like, are you
Mm-hmm.
ready for love? Are you ready for life?
Mm-hmm.
Could you start to live just as you should?
Yeah.
But do you want to talk about your verse?
My verse. Ooh, my verse.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
your verse.
Something that Henry brought up. How much lore is in the collective deja vu of being cynical?
Oh, okay. The collective deja vu was the reason why Re is the most lore heavy is because Re was written, like as in top lined, after we already established that we were going to do Chalky and like talked about Chalky lore.
Mm-hmm.
Cynical happened before that, so technically, none of the lore in Cynical is intentional.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the themes, I think, when we were making the Chalky lore, comes from Cynical, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Of like, it's sort of the entire album, honestly, is sort of the same thing. It's about memories from the past haunting your present,
Mm-hmm.
and whether or not you choose to stay with your mind in the past or whether you choose to move on.
Yeah.
I think that's the other reason why we didn't make the lore like super in your face, because it's a pretty simple idea. It's just how we chose to express that and
Mm-hmm.
how the songs put together can make a. Actually, I just remembered something.
Yeah.
Hold on. We made when we were making the track list, there was a document that divided up the songs into like acts of the lore.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, why don't I remember? I don't remember a lot of things. Why am I even surprised? Why am I surprised that I don't remember?
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I guess in the while you look
Also,
at
stop
the
stalling. Talk about your verse.
okay. I was literally just about being like, well, I guess while you're finding it, I'll talk about my verse. So my
Yeah.
verse. So I thought about like I take away all my designs and put them against the dissolvent turbulent times. I honestly, it was really hard following up like Lorian's verses because they were just so pretty. And I remember looking at the rest of the song and being like, man, how do I integrate myself here? Like, what do I do? You know what I mean? But I think one thing I really wanted to latch on to was again that feeling of like the past haunting. And I figured if I was gonna have that portion of time or that portion of song in the beginning, I should lean into that, so that way when Lorian comes in with her verse, and then when we finally go through like the rest of the song, it resolves itself and it's like, okay, are we actually going to, and it works out because I think you wrote your piece after I wrote my piece, right?
Yeah.
Or it was, yeah. So it works like Lorian intended, like our God, our Lord and Savior Lorian intended. Where it was Key says his piece, Lauren says a piece, and then it all comes together at the end. It seems that I've forgotten why I'm still writing down. It seems that I've forgotten why. Wait, it seems that I've forgotten. I'm still writing down with the ballpoint pen. That was kind of an awkward line, but I still wanted to include it, because I'm still because it kind of like this down is kind of in between both lines and verses, and I wanted to do that just because I thought it was like a funny play. It was like I'm still writing down, but then also down with the ballpoint pen, as in like I'm putting down the ballpoint pen and I don't want to write anymore. Letters red with the blood I've let. That was also very intentional. I remember like I remember like being really proud of that and showing Lauren and be like, "Look what I did! I letters red with the blood I've let,
Yeah.
like red, like the color red, but also red."
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I like
Hmm.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
It is fun.
I definitely appreciated that Lorian wanted to integrate me into this song, even if part of the reason was like, oh, I don't want to write anymore.
It was only a small part.
I was okay. It's only a small point. Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I definitely do admit, like, especially toward like the tail end, when
Mhm.
everything was so close to be releasing.
Yeah.
I did start to get a little bit tired of hearing like all four songs over and over again,
Oh yeah.
which is eventually why I paid Plixer to master. Yeah, because
There's always like the artistic brain where it's just like I love my babies, and then the other brain was just like I'm so tired of them.
yeah, just like I'm so tired of them. I need a vacation. Um, but yeah, this was fun, honestly. My little corner.
Yeah. Uh, Lorian, you need to make it a staple that Kagura is in at least one song per EP/album. I've got you. He's got a whole song for one of the next ones.
Yeah, it's
I'm making him sing the entire song.
hey,
Or
I
it's gonna be
volunteered.
it's gonna be but in reverse, I think is the vibe. Yeah.
Is it?
Well, I
Honestly,
mean in terms of like
yeah.
vocal, yeah.
That is interesting. Can we talk a little bit about like the future
Wait,
stuff? Maybe later. Maybe later. Maybe later. Maybe
we can talk
later.
about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, honestly. But
Oh,
anyway,
yeah. Yeah.
the year can't. Actually, the year's almost over. I just looked
Yeah,
at
the
the
year's almost
calendar.
over. It's
Huh?
October.
It is October,
It's
mid-October.
October.
Oh God. Did you find what you were looking for?
Oh, yes, I did. I did. Okay,
Nice,
so
nice, nice, nice.
this is the tagline for the album, which does not appear anywhere. I don't actually know why. I think it should. But the tagline for the album is I'm walking along a life in still frames. I'm breaking through a world of stop motion. That's sort of like the explainer for why the album is called that.
Oh.
Yeah, I will copy and paste this into
Yes.
the chat. That's why the album is called A World in Stop Motion. But okay, I have the blurb here.
Where's the
In the
chat?
beginning,
Oh.
there was nothing but a box, and in that box there were two spirits. They didn't know who they were or where they came from. With no memories and no experiences, their days in the box went by systematically, point to point, frame by frame, as if they were products on display for an audience they couldn't see. Until suddenly, one day, there appeared a tear, a break in the box that became a window to the outside. Are they brave enough to peek outside? Can they break through a world of stop motion? So the album is supposed to be Chalkey breaks through time and rediscovers their childhood selves. One, the intro is supposed to be an encounter. Two, the collective deja vu of being cynical is the resurgence of memories and temptations of the garden. Three, that's so crazy is falling into a new world. Four, purple sunset is do you know who you are? Five, okay, so this is the old version.
Mm-hmm.
The old version, recollection simulation, is the world may be false, but we are not. I would probably change this to are you ready to start again?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah. Are you ready
And
to
then,
restart?
yeah, are you ready to restart?
Oh my God.
Are you ready to restart? And then six, outro is the box is a new beginning. So they did break through.
Yeah. We did break through. I think. We never talked about the intro outro songs, right?
We didn't. We can talk about it now.
That's true. That's true. The intro outro songs are pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to compose them in like contrast to one another. So
Mm-hmm.
the intro of Chalky, of that like visualization of like becoming into that box. Like I visualized something akin to the Big Bang, or the Book of Genesis was like, oh, there was light. Wait, that's not how the verse.
Oh.
Wait, that's not the Bible. First there was nothingness, and then there was light. Right, Genesis 1:1. I don't know. It's been so long. But
Oh my god.
yeah. But I wanted that kind of feeling. So you have that like beginning swell, right? And then you have the time, like the clock ticking, and then it like swells into one another, and then you have I wanted to include like, chalk writing just because
Right, yeah.
chalk, haha, funny.
Yeah. Haha.
Um and then and once the initial energy like expands and it gets wider and wider, it just whoop, it just falls back into place because
Mhm.
the box is created and the two spirits are there, and then it kind of just stops abruptly, and that's where cynical comes in. A big part, I think, was we listened to the intro and the outro, like we listened to the entire album front to back a couple times to make sure that the intro and outro fit the
Yeah.
songs. So I think I'm pretty proud of how like the intro kind of just flows into cynical pretty seamlessly.
The intro really sets the stage.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it really does. And I normally am not like confident to say like, yeah, I really feel that way about my music, but I really think that was like, I was like, haha. Cuz I kind of just key smashed. I just put together like this one really nice chord, and then I
Mhm.
just let it swell into itself. And I just like didn't think
Yeah.
about like I thought less about the composition as a song and more as like a concept in itself, serving the entire theme as a whole. And that's
Mhm.
how the intro kind of just like swoops into cynical so well, I think. And then
Yeah.
the outro, I really wanted to make it a direct contrast. So how I think the intro is kind of maximalist. You have like a lot of sounds, textures, and whatnot. The
Mhm.
outro is just a old timey piano,
Mhm.
and I think the reason why I really wanted to go for that is because like I feel like an old timey piano. Like I specifically went for an old upright piano, and then I slapped like isotope vinyl on top of it and like a
Mm.
tape saturator to really make it feel like, oh, this is fucking old.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think I really want to do that because it kind of felt like a feeling of leaving home.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
so I also wanted to kind of make it short, like short, and like at most it was like I think a phrase, and then
Pretty short. It was originally longer,
it was
but then
originally
I
like longer, yeah.
yeah.
But I think keeping it short really helped, like, cause I wanted this idea of like, we're not done.
Yeah.
There's more to come after this, so it
There's
just kind of
more
stops.
Chucky.
There's more Chalky, yeah. So intro outro, like, man, yeah. Think we really balled on this like cohesive theme idea. I'm really
We
happy
we
about that.
really yeah, we really did that.
Yeah, we really did. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
That's so
That's so
crazy.
crazy. Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Can't wait to repeat the process. Ha
Ha
ha ha ha. Let's not get cynical. Ha
ha
ha ha
ha
ha
ha
ha ha.
ha.
Purple sunset. How do you say purple sunset into a sentence? Like how do you weave that into a sentence?
Um um Purple Bumpet.
Bu-bu-bu-bu.
Purple Bumpet.
Have you guys heard Chalky's new EP and one of their favorite song, Purple Bubbit?
Purple Bumpet
Bubbit.
with the capital B's
Capital
and
B's.
the red.
Yeah, in the
Purple
red.
Bumpet.
Purple Bubbit. Man. Oh, but let's talk about like the album, like the production that went into like the album itself.
Oh,
The
yeah.
project manager, Lorian. Huh?
Um, where did we even start?
Oh man, what if we look at the click up? That was pretty
Okay, but
funny.
the ClickUp. Okay, I didn't start using ClickUp for Chalky until very recently.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Oh, Flo wants to see the processing on the guitars. Yes. Let me reopen the project. It's gonna take a little bit because it
Yeah.
takes a little bit to open. But in the hopefully it doesn't crash and start my desktop. That'd be kind of embarrassing. Um,
It would be I'm not gonna jinx it. Never mind.
Yeah. Oh. What's this? Oh my
Oh,
god. That's a spreadsheet and it's don't save. Don't save. Okay. Sorry. That's not confidential. It's not.
oh my god.
It's a work schedule. It's a work schedule for
Oh my
my
god.
there were okay, I looked at the thing. I was like, why do I have Excel like open? I forgot that it was
It
gonna put
wouldn't
it
be a Chalky stream without Kagura showing his desktop.
uh,
Yeah.
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 I love my desktop art. I got it on my birthday. It was
It is
so
great.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hyunji drew it for me, and it almost made me cry. Valley and Vedra and like the two signs and a little flower bed. Yeah.
It's very pretty. Very
Thank you.
cute.
Yeah. Anyway, where do we start with product? Well, why don't you talk about like your like how you kind of like reigned all of like the people, because we had a lot of moving parts, surprisingly.
Oh, yeah. I remember when I was writing the YouTube description for the full album compilation, I was
Mm-hmm.
like doing all the credits, and I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, that's a lot of people. A lot of people worked on this album.
Right? Like
Yeah.
we had a lot of people.
Yeah, so going down the list, we have Lantic
Mm-hmm.
on Cynical. We have Blue on That's So Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The entire album's mixed, or sorry, not mixed, mastered by
Mm-hmm.
Plexor. The art by Bai Cha, and then videos by so Cynical, That's So Crazy, and Re were done by IU. The video for Purple Sunset was made by Clay. Our original intro had a 3D model that was made by Aoki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of people, and I think what helped is just that we sort of took it step by step. Once we knew that we wanted to make like Chalky a thing, we had quite a number of production meetings where we basically just like spitballed onto a Google Doc, and I made like an initial timeline which we sort of followed. Um,
Yeah.
but it was just useful to put out there like these are the things that we want to get done
Yeah.
for the album. Basically, like we knew we needed to have a cover, we knew we needed to get art.
Mm-hmm.
I think at that point we had already decided that Purple Sunset was going to be the title track.
Mm-hmm.
And then because before we even started Chalky, Lantic had like done this banger like addition to Cynical, so we knew we wanted to make Cynical sort of like a pre-release because it was already mostly finished at that point.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So it was mostly and then we set the timeline so that we would hopefully get everything out by September 1st. So that was like the deadline basically that we gave everyone for the artist. That was just like, okay, do the Cynical art first. Everything else is like due sometime in
September?
August. Was it
September
not
1st?
Was it not September 1st?
Was it September 1st?
Was it not September 1st? It was September 1st. Why are you doing this to me?
Oh.
Cynical was August 1st.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm getting Cynical and the rest of the albums like deadlines mixed up. Okay.
Yeah, so Cynical was August 1st. I made like this whole calendar so that we would get everything done on time.
That's really funny, the calendar.
Yeah, it's a thing. And then although that being said, like there was a lot of things that we prepared for, and I think the things that we prepared for made ourselves more ready for the things that we weren't prepared for. Like I don't think in the beginning we were thinking about getting it mastered by someone else.
Yeah.
We completely sort of like just not forgot, but we just kind of assumed that we can just use the art as is instead of like hiring a graphic designer, for
Yeah.
example.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Tayo for like getting the cover album art, like graphic design done in like a week or
Yeah, that
something.
was crazy. And it's so good. It's so
It
good.
is.
Yeah.
It is, and she also made like the track list
Yeah.
graphic,
That was
and
really
that was
good.
great.
Yeah.
And then when I was first in the initial planning stages, I was just like, oh, we're gonna have like so many teasers. We had to cut a whole bunch of those because we just didn't have time.
Mhm.
We did have a sizable amount of teasers. One thing that I really knew I wanted to do was to have an album sampler.
That
Because I think
sampler was amazing.
Right. So I knew I wanted to have an album sampler. I didn't really think about who I was going to get to do it. It was getting really close to the time that it was supposed to be out, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I kind of just like, I sat there and I was just like, okay, how am I going to do this? We have like, so what I ended up doing is I asked for IU and Clay to get me like stills from all of the videos, which, yeah,
Yeah.
it was a blessing that we were going to actually have videos for all four of them because that meant we had visuals for all four of them.
Mhm.
And then I just did some random stuff with my handwriting.
Which was very pretty. And honestly, that album sampler I think was a huge like win, because that album sampler really hit home that, like, I think it really supplemented not having a bunch of teasers, because it was like, oh
Mm.
shit, we're actually making content. And I that drove a
Yeah.
lot of engagement. That was great.
Yeah. So, yeah, we didn't have a huge amount of like teasers. We had so in the beginning when I first made like the Chalky Twitter account, I was just like, okay, we need to sort of get traffic to this account. Maybe we can start off like making some meme content or whatever. That only lasted. We only did like the SpongeBob one and us playing Bloons Tower Defense.
Yeah. Those are fun though.
Yeah, they were fun, and it did work to some extent because by the time we were doing like the actual album teasers, we had like 50 followers or something.
Most
So
of
it's
them were our friends.
I know, but it's better than starting like an account at zero,
Okay,
you
yeah,
know.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that. And then I did a bunch of yeah, honestly, a lot of the stuff like I did in terms of I honestly didn't I say that a lot of people worked on this album, but they were honestly all the collaborators were super like great to work with. Like everyone was on time and I didn't really have to be in anyone's walls or something. So most of the my thing was just I just reminded people of like deadlines and I just did a bunch of copywriting for the promo tweets that we did,
A
essentially.
lot. A
Although
lot.
I will say I spent a sizable amount of time choosing choosing the bump
Yeah,
the bump
that was
text
that was an
the bump
entire
text
meeting.
emoji where I was just like, okay, we need to choose something that speaks as Chalky. Choose between all of these different symbols and which one you think represents Chalky the most. I'm gonna send it in chat.
Yeah,
It's literally
I was presented so many symbols, and I just was like, which one do you think represents Chuggy the most? And I remember just looking at the bump and being like, the bump's cute as fuck.
no, yeah, I agree. So now all of our like major I guess titles in descriptions and on tweets are now surrounded by the bump, which I
Surrounded by the
spent an
bump.
hour choosing.
Yup. Oh,
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff like that, honestly. Like Kagura out here is doing like the production beat boop, like wrangling like guitars and piano, and I'm just out here like, what are the best words to put in a tweet?
okay, no, yeah, okay, but that stuff is really important though. Don't go selling yourself short. The production, like, oh my gosh, the really, if this was just purely Kagura, of course we wouldn't have like these wonderful top lines for all these songs. But another thing is like having or lining up the art and the videos together, and also just like the overall consistent direction of Chalky is possible because of Lorian. Like, I just
Oh,
really need to like state that, and I will state that till the end of time, because I am such like a sporadic like, this is done, that's coming out, or like, oh,
mm,
this change, like, that's that. You know what I mean? So having someone,
Thank you.
yeah, oh my god, having someone that knows not only like what they're doing, obviously, but also knows like this is the theme. This is chalky. This is like what we need to do. Because like, okay, yes, I also have that like idea and concept. I just go off the rails a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, like major props to Lorient, like the actual project coordinator throughout all of this. Like, I really hope you can put this on a resume someday, like dead ass.
I hope so too.
Yeah, like dead ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but
No,
before I
honestly,
forget,
yeah. Oh,
um,
yes, the guitars.
yeah, I completely forgot. I'm so sorry. I got on a tangent. Flo, if you're still here, I'm so sorry. But the guitar processing is actually it's pretty simple. So I have two guitars panned left and right. I think they're panned. Oh, or maybe they're not panned left and right actually. Whoopsies. Anyway,
Oh,
so they're both feeding into this bus with archetype Nolly, and I may have borrowed one of Tef's presets. Maybe, perhaps. As you can see, it says
maybe.
Tef Eve tone, kinda. Thank you, Tef. Tef doesn't know that I have this preset. I don't think he does.
That's
Anyway,
wild.
anyway, um, and this honestly though, it's just a very clean tone that's like compressed, I think. I'm not good at guitar processing. I look to Andrew a lot for being like, hey Andrew, hey Dart, hey Kiame, hey other person that plays guitar, how processing. Um and so what I did was I just have that, and that is going through a stereo shaper to make it wider. So because I knew that this was like really MIDI, right? There's no avoiding how MIDI guitar this sounds.
Mhm.
So I wanted it to be as background as possible. So this kind of has a feeling that not only is it like to the left, to of course it's like panned like really wide to the left and right, but it almost kind of feels like it's coming from behind you a little bit, maybe, or maybe that's just me. And then that is going to a delay, and I like putting my delays. I thought this was a little bit more special. Never mind. This is just a basic like 4/4 delay, ping pong, because Fruity Delay is pretty great. I like Fruity Delay, and
Mhm.
then a supermassive Valhalla supermassive to make it like super like wide. The delay. Oh, you thought it was recorded at first? The delay added. Yeah. Okay. So like a great way to mask your MIDI guitars is to put them in the back and then add delay, add reverb so people can't hear the tiny articulations that make, guitar sound like guitar. Guitarists will still pick it out. Guitarists, I am utterly convinced, anyone that plays guitar for like even like hobbyists, they have such an attuned ear that there's no point in trying to make, in my opinion, there's not a lot of point in trying to make a guitar sound realistic for guitarists, because they'll always pick it out. There's only realistic enough so that like you can kind of get away with it, if that makes sense, but I don't think you're ever gonna fool a guitarist, to be honest.
Mm.
And so those plucks are one thing, and then we have this. So this I also got away with because these are just playing harmonics. I don't think you can actually play that harmonic. I don't know. Yeah, like isolated, you can really hear how MIDI that is. Yeah, but in context,
Mm.
it gets drowned out by everything else. So my approach to MIDI guitar is really just put it in the back, put it in the back of the mix, like make it like audible kind of, but more so that you can kind of more like feel it rather than hear it, and then put like delay and reverb. Like if I were able, if we had more time to get like actual guitars on this, I probably would have. Okay, if I had more money to pay someone to that's the real reason. If I had more money to pay someone to record guitars for this, I would have gotten real guitars. I don't think there's any substitute for real guitars. So
Yeah.
yeah.
One day.
Yeah, one day. Oh wow, that was a longer tangent than I thought. I had another point after this.
Oh, you did.
I did. It was about
What was it
production.
about?
Oh,
Production.
yeah. One thing that we found out, I think, or that I found out pretty early,
Hmm.
was at first I was like, oh, we're just gonna have simple videos, whatever. Like we could probably do them ourselves. But as soon as we started or as soon as I started like tackling some parts, bits, and parts
Oh,
pieces, yeah, yeah, in the very beginning.
oh my god, in the beginning we were just like, oh, we can do everything by ourselves. We can save some money. And like Kagura was like out here like saving After Effects tutorials on Twitter. And I was just like, yeah, you can try that.
Yeah. No, unironically, the
Oh my god.
our intro video was made by yours truly. I did.
Oh yes. So yeah, we did commission someone to make like the graphics and then I threw it at Kagura and
Yeah.
Kagura's like, I can figure something out.
Yeah, and that took me so long. That was enough for me to be like, all right, Lori,
Let's get someone else to do
let's
it.
get other people to do it. And honestly,
Yeah.
it was like a really eye-opening experience. Like I really
Mhm.
do respect people that are able to do everything by themselves. It really adds
Mhm.
a level of personal ability. No,
I
personalization.
think personal touch, yeah.
Personal touch. There we go. Thank you. Personal touch that like I think is just remarkable that you can't take away. Like for
Yeah.
example, people that I think about immediately are Aquafern,
Mm.
Mari, Unit, Audio.
Yeah.
Um, they're like, since they do everything in house, it really is such an incredible vibe. But
It is. Yeah.
yeah, but I think I was like, okay, I would love to learn how to do this by myself, but like I don't feel like I have the time to do so. And it like I really like I was like really zoned in on like I really want to get into the music side of this so I
Yeah.
don't like lose track, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's uh like obviously this process went I think decently smoothly, but I think there's a lot of things that we learned in the process of making EP1
Mm,
that we can definitely take into our future
yes.
stuff.
Like um like like like
Well, okay, I mean, I guess it's not necessarily a secret, but because we will be making more music, but yeah, we're basically the whole thing is we started working on EP1 in April? No,
yes.
April?
March.
March. So it was nonstop work from March to August, basically. And then we had like a whole month in September of like promotional stuff that was
Mm-hmm.
also like quite a amount of work.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is okay, I'm gonna put us on forced break from working on CHALKEY content until the next year.
Mm-hmm.
But um
Incredible. Man.
we're not actively working on EP2, but we have some stuff like drummed up that we're very excited to like get really in the groove to
Yeah.
next year.
It's really funny. Not even a week after. Not even a week after saying like, okay, we're going on forced break. We literally wrote an entire song.
I feel like that's a that's a really one-time thing
Uh,
that happens that fast.
I mean, when
The
you
whole
think,
song, Cynical was half a song.
oh, okay, true. Cycle was half a song.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, it's like the rate of progression, right? Cynical was half a song, and then this one is like an entire song. Next thing you know, we're gonna like blink and we have a whole entire EP.
That's a dream.
Yeah, that is a dream. I mean, yeah, that
Yeah.
is a dream. We do
Well,
have quite a bit to work on.
yeah, we have a lot of stuff. I'm still trying to figure out like just production manager brain wise how to because I think one of the things that really worked for us this time is having that lore, the concept, and having everything else branch from the concept. So I'm still trying to think about how to do that
Mm-hmm.
for the next EP because we have an idea. I think I just need to like sit down and write it, but I will not do it until next year. I will not
Yes,
do it.
yes.
But yeah, we have. long story short, we are working on EP2. It's coming next year. We have a pretty basic idea of what it's going to sound like.
Yeah.
The story is going to progress,
Mm.
and it's honestly quite a different sound.
Yeah, yeah. It's
It is quite a different sound from
I
EP1.
I kind of want to describe it kind of like Porter Robinson, right?
Mm.
Going from Spitfire to Worlds, from Worlds to Nurture. That kind of like difference in sound. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty drastic, but I
Yeah.
think I think it we can pull it off in terms of how cohesive it is within itself and also with like the context of the lore,
Mm.
hopefully, so that they don't like the second album doesn't feel like it's not chalky. It's still pretty chalky, I think. I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I think it's still pretty chalky. It's almost just like Chonky is just kind of spreading its legs. You know what I mean? But I think at the core of the songs, and I really like to, because I feel like I talk about this in every single breakdown stream. Like the core aspect of a chalky song is kind of like not necessarily simplicity, but the root of it is pretty like simple,
Hmm.
and then we just kind of branch out from there. But I
Yeah.
I think having a like my kind of idea for like chalky songs is like an easy to digest instrumental that's still interesting and still like engaging, but still at the root of it simple.
Hmm. You completely used the wrong metaphor, by the way.
Spreading its oh oh I meant to say okay I got two phrases mixed up. Okay, let me
Hmm.
explain myself. I got
Hmm.
spreading one's wings, stretching one's legs mixed together.
That's so.
I'm so sorry. Oh
That's so
no. How did I
Also, wait,
huh.
is your audio cracking?
Is my audio cracking on the stream or like wait, let me see.
I'm trying to figure
Huh.
that out. Is your audio It's like
cracking?
intermittent. I'm trying to figure it out.
Is my audio cracking on on the screen share or on stream? What a Freudian mother on it. Okay.
Oh, it cracked occasionally.
On screen share? Okay. Cool. I'll just restream. There we go. Freudian say see, this is just what happens when you don't have a brain and you don't really vet
That's wild.
what you say. Yeah, I don't know. It's people ask like, how do you write lyrics? And this is kind of like how it
Into your
goes.
you let it flow.
Exactly. Exactly.
Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think we covered a lot. We covered a lot.
We did cover a lot today.
Yeah, I'm super excited about the future.
Yeah.
Year is almost over. Yeah, one thing that I do want to mention, it's really funny how we said we're gonna take a year break. We're gonna take the remainder of the year break from Chalky, and we pick up so many projects in between.
Oh yeah. We're like we can't stop working.
We really
If we're not
can't stop
working. I honestly like the how many months is it? 4 months, 5 months that we worked on Chalky
Yeah.
was honestly like I think doing that made me realize how fulfilled I was by working on musical projects. So now that I don't have Chalky, I'm just like, I must work on other things. I must do
Oh
everything
my
else now.
god. What have I done? What have I dragged you into?
Well,
Oh my god.
it's what it is.
It is what it is, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. If anyone else has any questions, doesn't have to be about Re specifically. If you have questions about any of the other songs or about like our process, our production process, or about our future stuff,
Yeah, feel
please
free.
ask them now. This will be our last stream for a while.
Yep.
Chalky will be going on break essentially until December, where hopefully we can have some
something.
content to carry us through to the next year.
Yes. Don't worry.
We
We
won't
have things planned.
disappear. We won't
Yeah.
disappear.
Yeah, and we're always
Um,
memeing. Like I really okay. I do it on purpose. You know, I log
I
into
know you
Chalky's
do.
Twitter and then
Yep.
I say some weird stuff on Twitter, It's just funny. Um but yeah, don't worry. We do have something to tie up the end of the year with that I am super excited about, and I'm really hoping to show it
Yeah.
with everyone. Like I think,
Yeah.
oh wait, what if we did a stream for that too? Like we just went through all of that as
Oh, we
well.
could.
Yeah,
We could, yeah.
that's a nice stream idea. Oh, Bloom, you
Although,
have a question. Yes, go ahead.
please ask the question.
Please ask a question.
I have a creative writing project for school. Am I allowed to use a wisdom as my inspiration for my story? Yes. Go
Absolutely.
ahead. We love to see that.
That is really touching to read, honestly.
Yes.
Man, it's so crazy to think what started off as just kind of like a, oh my gosh, this like I think we work really well together, let's like do a band, all of a sudden is
Yeah.
like kind of snowballing into like, oh, I listened to this song a lot while studying, or like, oh, this song really touched me.
Yeah.
um
Like when we went on like Spotify and checked
yeah,
like our playlist, I think we both were just like, wow, people
yeah,
actually regularly listen to our music. That's crazy.
yeah, it's so crazy. That's so crazy. But even just like looking at like our views on our channel, like we're steadily
Yeah.
growing, and I mean, Cynical is still doing really well. That's kind of
Cynical is
crazy.
doing surprisingly well. I don't think neither of us anticipated that Cynical would do this well.
Yeah,
No, even the rest of the album too, because all of our videos at this point that are like songs, they're all over 1K.
yeah, and that's really like, to me, it's astonishing to see, because I mean, I honestly have not had a lot of like success in terms of like my own personal music, that
Mhm.
I've put out as Kagura. So it's really wild to see like people are like listening
Yeah.
to our music, and then like really liking it, and then also like the feedback that we've gotten from like our colleagues and friends,
Mhm.
and especially like, specifically for me, like the feedback I've gotten from like a lot of producers that I look up to,
Mhm. Mhm.
and showing them, and them being like, oh my god, this is like really pretty, love how you like executed like this entire project, and it really
Mhm.
motivates me to continue like putting in so much like work into Chalky, and just like, I mean, even without their praise, right? Like I feel
Mhm.
so like like I feel so invested in Chalky, and I like really want to like develop it even more.
Wow.
Just because it's like, yeah, this is a really nice concept, and
Lucky for
it's
the
just
world
nice.
president.
Chalky for president. Chalky for president. Yeah.
Nation rise up.
Yeah. Ooh, Milvir. Do you have any inspirations for your songs, artists? I would love to listen to them. I think I can actually. Let me
Ooh.
think. I think I can actually give you direct inspirations for each song. I think for Re, we talked about earlier, was emulate the song "Emulation" by Stargaze Shelter. That was a big inspiration. Supercell Rio, Bloom. That's with all of my work. um Supercell Rio. I'd like to think Supercell like influenced all of the songs, honestly, not gonna
Mhm.
lie. I think like My Dearest was actually like a big inspiration for Purple Sunset.
Mhm.
Um at least the big chorus parts, like I really like thought about that a lot. Um and For Cynical, honestly, Cynical, Emulation, Stargate Shelter, probably the same thing. Especially the like the electronic bits. That's So Crazy is actually, That's So Crazy is inspired by Supercell Real's like Sayonara Memories. Yeah. So unironically, Supercell's in there, and I think that's one, two, three, four. Yeah, yeah, a
Mhm.
lot of Supercell, and of course, I can't escape Porter Robinson. That's Porter Robinson has been like a core aspect of my sound for quite a while. And that and Jacob Collier, another big inspiration for just chasing things that are maybe a little bit more avant-garde. Even though
Mhm.
I don't do anything that's out of the ordinary. I feel like I'm not that like technically advanced to really explore that level.
Mhm.
But I think another big inspiration is Ipo.tsk. Ipo.tsk. Ipo. Ipo.tsk. Yeah, Ipo. Specifically Taste the Rain and that kind of like storytelling through music. Really have to thank Ipo for, or really have to thank Ipo for creating like his songs so that like, you know, I could experience them and then like want to do something along the similar lines.
Mhm.
um i'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of like other people that have like inspired me on the way for Chalky at the very least. Honestly, Vedra. Vedra.
Oh.
And I say this unironically. People are like, oh, Vedra. Vedra has one song with Black White, Mezzanine, and Ukio at the time. I don't know what Ukio goes by now. I forget all the time. But unironically, yes, Vedra. There's this one Vedra song called After Bloom. After Bloom really inspired Purple Sunset and Cynical specifically because of like the electronic signature of the song while still being tender and still telling a really tender story. Those were things that I really were inspired a lot from. After Bloom and Train to Yesteryear.
Mm.
That melancholy like vibe. Those two songs I listen to a lot to try to capture that like movement, if that makes sense. Because I think what
Mhm.
Vedra does really, really well is that Vedra creates tracks that have a lot of like movement that really like carry you places, if that makes sense. Like the
Mhm.
rhythm, he has a really good like understanding of how to use rhythm to really engage a listener in his like project. And of course his sound design, impeccable. Like the guy has really amazing ears, and I don't think a lot of people really talk about his sound design a lot, but I really, really like what he does with like electronic and organic sounds and kind of like blurs the lines, I think.
Mhm.
And also his understanding of music theory really helps with like, you know, his funky key changes that are like he really likes to do like invisible key changes, and that's
Yeah.
honestly super respectable. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that effectively.
Mhm.
It's been hard to figure out for me, at least. I don't know, but yeah, I think that's the people that I can list off the top of my head. I'm definitely gonna feel really bad afterwards when I can't, like, when I think of someone and I'm like, I should have said them. Why didn't I say them? Oh,
Leave it in the comment section.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm like dragging this out, but patterns, Diego.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, patterns, Diego. Yeah. I have been admittedly, I have been kind of like, it sounds kind of funny, chasing patterns. That's a really funny phrase, but in terms of like that sound and I don't know. There's just something about the way Diego is able to craft chord progressions and melodies that really are both like adaptable to the person that's featured on the track. Like
Mhm.
if it's a synth fee, or most of the time like nowadays it's more featuring like vocalists like Valley, Wisteria, um Shah, Mori, Calliope, etc. Fuck, I missed someone, didn't I? Anyway, but that kind of like mentality
Mhm.
of keeping it easy to digest and like interesting, I think is something that I got from listening to a lot of patterns and trying to like break down like pattern songs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, Especially, I think a big one was Proxima. Uh,
Nearest, yet far
Never be on.
beyond.
Yeah, I still kind of play that I unironically play the Proxima like melody
Dun,
a lot.
dun,
Dun
dun, dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun,
dun.
dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun.
I joke a lot about how it's a curse, and I just default to playing that melody sometimes. That and the Undertale thing. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I think that is. I will stop myself before I continue along this long train of like talking about everyone that's ever inspired me.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I am not producer. I don't. My inspirations are much more abstract in the sense that I listen, or I guess I absorb knowledge about songs and their structures, where it's just like, oh yeah, this is what a verse, chorus, end song sounds like versus like a verse, chorus, bridge,
Mm-hmm.
chorus song sounds like. Um, that's so it's me listening to a lot of like songs with different structures. I don't think it's a secret at this point that I listen to a lot of K-pop, which is kind of funny, but also I think there's a lot of really interesting song structures that are used in K-pop
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that I like. For example, is structured really weirdly.
Yeah.
Um, Partially because, well, also the instrumental track for Re has like kind of an odd structure, and I think it's because I sort of have experience listening to songs with alternate structures, and I'm like, okay, I can envision this maybe in a different format than just verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Um, More specifically, I guess, what I like to do sometimes when I get stuck is I think about songs that I want to emulate, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily songs that are even in the same genre, but for example, the chorus kind of melody for Cynical, it's da 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 da, da it goes up. And then before I wrote that section, I was thinking of I was emulating kind of like Lord Melodrama era where a lot of her choruses are sweep up,
Mm.
and and then it's kind of like pointy and punctury, and that was kind of the vibe that I wanted to go for, so I just sat there and tried to emulate the vibe. And then for Re, the chorus of Re, I was listening to Espa's Welcome to My World, which also has a really sweeping kind of chorus, which gave
Oh.
me, and it was also very, that song is also very orchestral,
Yeah.
which I think gave me the idea of like having a more sweeping.
Mm-hmm.
So my inspirations are very like abstract,
I
I
see.
guess. It's not
Da, da,
necessarily the genre of the
da.
song, but more of like how it's structured
Yeah.
and how
Mm-hmm.
it's like, yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, and then for Purple Sunset, um, I wanted like a quiet verse and like sort of the outburst ballad chorus.
Mm-hmm.
And there's honestly like there's a lot of references for that, like Adele or like whatever. There's like a lot of similar songs to that, but that's sort of like the vibe I was going for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have specific song references, but sometimes I do sit here and I'm just like, okay, I would like to have something like this.
Yeah.
And then I try to push it in that direction.
Yeah, that's actually what I do a lot now too.
Mhm.
So I definitely feel that. Like especially lately, not really like chalky related, but
Mhm.
lately I've been looking at Aethoro and Meolophone and I'm be like, I want to do more of that.
Mm.
Time to do more of that. That kind of thing. So I feel that.
Yeah. And I think maybe part of the reason why we work well with each other is because we're both like emulation types. We like to
Mm.
emulate other people's work,
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
absorb knowledge in that sort of way.
Yeah, yeah. I
Or
think that
maybe
also
everyone
makes
works like
us.
that. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, because I feel like I've worked with a lot of people, I think.
Mm.
And in terms of both production and like songwriting, I think
Yeah.
what makes us work really well together is that we're really adaptable to what we bring to the table, right?
Mhm.
Because of our experience and our pursuit of like acquiring new skills comes from emulating like the things that we like.
Mhm.
Whereas I feel like in other teams or in other like situations, I've always felt like I was working to their direction, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't as much of a like a give and take. Wait. Yeah. It wasn't much as a give and take, but more of like what I could do to support their vision and only their vision, and that's it.
Mhm.
So I think that's another reason. Like we're always like both of us, we're really perceptible. Not only are we perceptible, but we're also like we look at each other's ideas and then we are able to like be like, okay, that's good, let's incorporate
Mhm.
some of it, or like, oh, like maybe something else, that kind of thing. Like I don't know, I just it's almost like a modular word modular
A
modular.
modular?
I don't fucking know.
Oh my god, we're
Modular, yeah, we're like maybe if we were to think of like ourselves as like a, why am I doing this analogy? I just, you know what? We're
I
just
don't know.
adaptable. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're adaptable.
We're adaptable. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chameleons.
Chameleons. What happens when you put
Musical
two chameleons together? You
music.
get
Chameleon music.
chameleon music.
Chameleon music.
Music. I feel like you guys have developed your own style. So yeah, I think we definitely do have our own styles. Last
Yeah.
question. How do you write the lyrics? Does the theme inspire the lyrics, or the instrumental draft comes first, vice versa? Vice versa? Oh, it's being blocked by the
Vice,
sticker thing.
vice versa.
Vice.
Um, so for most of Chalkey's work, namely Cynical, Purple Sunset, Re, I work as a top liner, so the instrumental comes first, and then I put the melody and the lyrics on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about a little bit about this earlier, but for example, for Re, I was really thinking about like our lore and whatever, and trying to find the words that best fit. Cynical was a bit off the cuff, I guess. I talk a bit more about like how I put the lyrics together for Cynical in the Cynical breakdown video if you're interested, but it's a mixture of like having an initial random melody and finding the words that I think fit the cadence to it, and also having like a mind picture based on what the instrumental sounds like, and then building a word picture around that.
Wow.
And then Purple Sunset is interesting because Purple Sunset, I went into it with the very concrete idea of like going through childhood memories and like feeling that you've lost that.
Mm-hmm.
So that one I did have like a very specific theme and a very specific structure of how to organize the verses. Like they're all based on season, they're in order of the seasons, etc. I do also talk more about that in the Purple Sunset stream if you're interested. But yeah, although you can talk about That's So Crazy.
Oh, haha.
But you did do the instrumental for That's So Crazy first, right?
Yes. I did do the instrumental for That's So Great. So I guess generally speaking, we have started with the instrumental draft first, and
Yeah, we're
then
majorly top liners in terms of
yeah,
songwriting.
yeah. Although I will say, I think something that is unique is that we, like for example, like Cynical was like we don't start off with like the whole instrumental draft, like the
Oh yeah.
yeah. Like I think when we say instrumental draft, maybe draft is even too developed. I would say more like sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Purple Sunset started with like the first just piano, like just the entire piano section, and that was it. And we sat on that for 3 months. Same thing with Cynical, where it was just
Yeah.
like a simple like loop, and like some drums, and it they basically just start off as sketches. And I think it's kind of like we passed the, oh no, oh, I broke my nail clipper because I was fidgeting with it.
Oh,
I don't know how to
that's
put it back together.
unfortunate.
Wow. I think I just legitimately broke. Anyway, so I'm gonna put it down now. Damn. Okay. Anyway, why do I fidget with things? Okay. Anyway, so
I'm literally smoothing my
your
glasses cleaner cloth on the table and flipping it
and smoothing
around.
it again.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing.
Oh my god, ADHD. Anyway, um, what was I going? Oh, yeah. Like, I think it's akin to like we're both staring at blank canvases and we take turns just sketching, and we just keep adding things, and until like,
Yeah.
until we get like a full picture, basically. So it's pretty
It's
cool.
yeah, it's in a nutshell, it's usually one of us has the original concept, the other person adds to it, and then if it's good, we start structuring out the rest of the song.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it's. Although for this album, it's been solely like Kagura does the instrumental sketch first. For the next EP, there's
For the
there are a few
next.
where I just did it on like a metronome click track, and then Kagura had to figure out what that meant.
Yeah, I think yes, there are one, two, two songs that Lorian gave to me, on a metronome click track that started from there, and then I'm like kind of reverse, not reverse, but like I'm building instrumentals on top of that, which is honestly it's pretty fun. It's really really fun because like you get to hear like the melody and then you fill in the blanks in like the instrumental, and you can kind of like it's almost easier to visualize. Like it's really interesting how like if you already have a melody and then you just layer something on top of it, it's so weird modular. It's so modular.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's like you could do this chord progression, or you could do this chord progression, or you could do this drum beat, or that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then we've had some other songs. Really happy to be working with Andrew again. Out of
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Spoiler
really
alert.
funny. It was a spoiler
Yeah.
alert. Yeah, really funny because initially it was just like, oh yeah, Andrew's gonna be too busy, so it looks like we might not have Andrew back for a little
Yeah.
bit. And
Yeah.
then one day he just sends me this riff, and it's a really great riff, and now we have to produce a lot, and it's gonna be really fun.
I'm so excited for EP2.
Yeah, me too, me too.
I didn't think it would be possible, but I feel like I love the EP2 songs so much already.
Me too. Me too. Unironically, like the EP2 songs have such like
Character.
they do. Like, oh my god. Like I feel like this it's not that EP1 was sterile, right? But it's like EP1, I think each song they're talking about Chalky as a whole more than they
Yeah,
are talking about
yeah.
yeah, they're talking about Chalky as individual. And I think like we both get opportunities to shine, and we are also yes we're kind of continuing the trend of like having some guests on as well. We're working out like the finer details of how that's gonna work because we definitely like
We're not supposed to be working on it, but we are.
oh shit, yeah, no, we're not supposed to be working on it. We're not. I'm not thinking about it constantly, totally not thinking
Huh,
about it
no.
constantly. Nope, not me, couldn't be me. I'm
And
not.
Force Break is going really well for us.
This force break is going really really well. Like I like we said, like we literally made a song in like a day. It was really funny too because yeah, man, I can't wait to talk about that song. That stream's gonna be like
Oh,
8 months from now, maybe 9.
oh my god, I
Yeah,
love that song so
that
much.
song's so good. The lyrics that you're oh man, they're so good.
I feel like
Legit.
we're just edging the audience at this
We
point.
really are. But hey, engagement. But also, like, okay, when I say I was absolutely floored when I got the lyrics, I was absolutely floored. Like, it was such artistry. Like, I can't wait. I have so many ideas planned for that. And especially now that I've been working more intensively, like, yes, we did have like a rule, that rule that I'm probably going to break, maybe.
Oh,
Oopsies.
oh,
Because
oh,
I have some ideas. I have some ideas.
okay.
Hear me
Oh,
out.
by the way, the rule he's referencing is I told Kagura no more big orchestral swells in EP2 because to enforce the change of sound. But
Uh,
also if every song has an orchestral swell in it, it won't hit as hard.
yeah, I'm trying to get away from it. No, I'm not. I've okay. It's been a struggle. I've been looking for other fixes, but this song is that fix. I think like this song.
Mm.
I think this song especially really put into reference like pop production and like how that. Oh, maybe that's too much of a spoiler. But eh,
He said it.
anyway,
He said it.
fuck. Anyway, anyway, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna shut myself up before
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any non-spoiler inducing questions?
I'll miss the swells. Don't worry, the orchestra's gonna make its way in there somehow, even if it's a tiny quartet.
Mm.
I promise. All right, it's gonna be just.
Mhm.
I got you. All right, it's gonna be. I got you. I've already know like my. I've got like in my head some groups that you are familiar with that I'm trying to reference in terms of like sound. So you know, it's good. It's gonna be great. Okay, it's gonna be great.
Okay. Not a question, but Chalky legit pulled me out of my writer's block because of a wisdom. So thank you for creating a masterpiece of an EP. Thank you so much, Bloom.
Thank
I
you
really
so much.
a lot. It's really especially because I write to music. I think I literally could not write without music, and I have like very specific albums for me that are also my like writing songs. So that means a lot to me that a wisdom has become like a writing album for you. That's great. I love that for you.
Man, that's crazy. That's so crazy.
That's so crazy.
Also, you say alwism? Alwism?
Awism?
Oh, really?
Awism?
Wait.
Awism?
Awism? Awism.
Awism?
I've been saying awism.
Awism. Oh. I mean, it's an acronym. It doesn't really matter. Although, there was this funny comment that I saw once where it was just like, oh, I just realized that the Awism stood for A World in Stop Motion. I thought it was just another way of spelling awesome, and I was just like...
Yeah, I thought that was intentional.
Well, it could be.
It's intentional.
It's intentional.
Lorian's just a genius.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
I'm so smart.
Yes, Lorian is big brain. That's why Lorian, I mean, can you compare our head sizes right now in terms of like our PhDs? Lorian's got the bigger head than mine.
That's so funny. All right, guys. Well, we've been almost streaming for 2 hours.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy? That's so crazy.
2 more minutes. That's so crazy.
That's so
Wait,
crazy.
I'm not alone. Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, thank you guys for coming to stream.
Thank you, of course. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in a comment, or if you want to like tweet it at us, like we'd be happy to talk.
We love to talk about Chalky. It's actually not even a joke.
Yeah, we have to stop ourselves talking about Chalky.
When we were first planning Chalky, we would just talk about Chalky
for hours.
Constantly.
For hours. We
literally just what if we did this? What if we did that? Oh my god, what if this happened? It was just constant Chalky talk.
Constant Chalky.
Every time we popped into VC, it would just be like, hey,
Chalky.
Have you heard about Chalky?
Yeah, and it would bleed into like when we would play video games. Like when we would play Bloons Tower Defense, we would talk about Chalky. When we'd play TFT, we'd talk about Chalky.
Chalky. It was 24-hour Chalky.
It was 24-hour Chalky. Oh, would you ever consider releasing like harm ad-lib guides for the track if that's too much work?
Ooh. Oh, actually though, because that would be just stems of the...
No, guides are like actual guides, right? Or are they stems? Because guides are
can they just be stems though?
I guess they could be just stems, but my definition of guides has been like, oh, like what's it called?
Synth V?
No, not really with synth V, but with like just a sine wave, or a
sine wave.
Yeah, because it's just the notes, or maybe, or with synth V, because like the notes are more like defined and clear that way. But but I do encourage, like Bloom was saying, I do encourage like people to be creative with their own harms and ad libs. It's mainly because like. Okay, I mean, it's not that much effort to export like the stems for the vocals and stuff like that, but I do encourage like people to like also, you know, do their own like harms and ad libs, mainly because like I believe specifically in harmonies and ad libs is like that's kind of like how you present yourself as like your own personal style and touch. So like I, for example, whenever I like sing a cover, I completely ignore, or okay, I don't completely ignore, but I don't really follow like the original harms. I kind of
Mhm.
just do whatever that like feels the best to
Mhm.
me. Um, and so yeah, I definitely encourage, like, if you can,
Mhm.
hell yeah.
Ye- Yeah.
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 Every time we have to end stream, it's just like, how do you end stream?
How do we end stream?
How
It
do we end
is, well, I
stream?
mean, we kind of just do it. So, thank you
Mhm.
again so much,
Thank you
everyone.
all again.
We're going to take a nice break. I'm gonna get food. Ooh, I'm really hungry actually.
Ooh, I
I
need to go to get some water.
That's a great idea. So we're gonna go ahead and attend to our basic fundamental needs.
Yeah.
So bye guys. Thank you
Bye,
again.
guys. Thank you guys for coming to stream.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for loving Ree and for loving Chalky and for loving a world in stop motion. We'll
Yes.
be back
We'll be back sooner than you think.
than you think.
Sooner than you think. Oh, wait. Wait, did you say sooner than you think already? Did I say that already?
Yes.